Hey, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be covering the and or operators used within if statements. This will be really easy to understand, so let's get right into this video. Alright, so if you haven't seen the first video on if statements, I'd click the link in the top right hand corner of this video and then come back to this one. To start off, I'm just going to make a few variables. We'll call it x, y, we'll just make him equal to 7. That should be enough. Then I'm going to come down and make an if statement, and normally we would do something like this. If x equals 5, we could print, x equals 5. We could do something like this, but we have two new operators we're learning about, the and the or operator. So what we can do now is we can check for two things. If we use the and operator, we could do if x equals 5 and y equals 7. Then we can print out, x equals 5 and y equals 7. So we save and run this, come down, and you'll see that we get this if statement ended up running. So if we were to change this to a 6 though, save it, run it, we can come down and you'll see that we'll actually get no output because both of these did not come back true. What we could do, if we wanted this to print out, we could say or, and then only one of these has to be true for this code within the if statement to be executed. So if we save and run this, you'll see that this time it was executed because we used the or operator rather than the and operator. So only one of those conditions need to be true for the code to run within that if statement. Another thing you should know about these two operators is you can have as many and or operators within the if statement. So if we made a few more variables, let's just call it a equals 1, and we'll just say b equals 2. So we can come up here and we're like or a equals 1 or b equals 2. We can keep this going for as long as we want. We can also swap these out with ands too. We can have as many of these as we want. Now, where this really starts getting interesting is when we start mixing the two of them together. So if we were to change this to an or and this one to an or, so if we wanted to see if x equaled 5 or y equaled 5, this little block here is valid, and if a equaled 1 or b equaled 2, if this block was valid, we want to run this. Now this looks all fine and dandy right now, but this will actually give you a few unexpected results. So you actually need to put parentheses around this to treat this as one little block or segment. And then we need to put parentheses around this little segment as well for it to behave the way that you think it would. So if we save and run this, I'll clear the output and then we'll take a look and you'll see that we do get something printed here. So if we go back up and we change this to a 3, both a and b now equal 3, this will come back invalid, which will prevent the code within the if statement from running. So if we save and run this, we can see it, and you'll see that we actually get no output because the second half of the and was not valid. With these two new operators, we can go back to the game we created in the previous video and fix this segment that gave the user hints as to how close they were to the number to guess. I'm sure this is sticking out like a sore thumb right now, but these two elif statements can be joined together with a logical or operator. So what we should have done was taken this bit right here, Control C, and then or this. Now we're able to get rid of that if statement, and this is just a little bit cleaner. Another thing you could have done was replace this with an or as well, but then you lose a little bit of functionality with displaying this at the end or displaying this whether or not the user decided to quit the program. So that's it for this video. In the next one, we're going to start learning about Python functions. As always, if you have any questions or you're struggling with a concept, just leave a comment down below and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.